Just as Jax said, the numbers of the creatures soon dwindled to next to nothing, until finally there were none at all, as everyone did what they could to gather up and beginning to assess their situation. Delius, Jax, the Godslayer model, and Regimen all gathered back to the ship as it made the final push towards the center of this system, the radiation growing so dense that charges of rainbow lightning seemed to shoot from everything. As they looked about, all of the meteorites in this area had embedded within them crystals that protruded from their form, all glowing vibrant rainbow lights. But finally, the debris began to clear as they exited the asteroid belt, pushing past the last of the meteorites into what seemed like clear space. Well, hopefully all of this nonsense is over. I've expended a great deal of power, far more so than I would like, Regimen exclaimed as he brushed off his suit. This whole experience has been nothing but a waste, doing the old devil's dirty work. I can't stand it. Hey, look at it this way, Reginald. You see this deal through to the end, and honor it, and you may just have yourself an ally in certain circumstances, should our interests align. An ally, huh? Regimen said, looking over to him, flames still spouting from his form, now constant, looking as if he were on fire, the flames spewing out in about a 20-foot radius around him. I think ally is a bit strong. Business associate will do just fine. I just want this to be over, he said as he began looking back ahead. There, far in the distance, they could see it. The center of this system, what appeared to be a very bright light, and it was surrounded by 3 large, haggard-looking chunks of broken earth and stone, with massive, jagged crystals, all glowing that rainbow ambiance. But what's that light? Delia said as he peered at it. I thought you said it was just the 3 planetary shards, broken pieces rotating around each other. Yeah, that's what I thought. I have no idea what that light is. It's not even showing up on the systems. It's just showing up as a highly dense radioactive area, not a physical thing. And I don't know why we can see it like that. Welcome. They all heard voices echo as everyone in the group began to look about, searching for where this strange voice seemed to come from. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Now seeming as if multiple voices were echoing. You have come far. You have come far, the voices said, in a strange whisper. It almost felt as if they were whispering it right into your ear. Who is that? Delia said. Where are you? We are here, the voices said, as the light from the center of the 3 planetary fragments shined just a bit brighter for a moment. There's someone there? Why is there someone there? Delius thought as he stared out at it. Who are you? What's going on? We wish to speak. We wish to speak, the voices whispered. We will see you now. We will see. The voices whispered as a few bright lights began to emit from the surface of those shattered fragments of world, as 6 figures seemed to approach, bright rainbow fluorescent lights that shot out from the fragments, moving rapidly in their direction. Okay, everyone, this just got weird. Keep your trigger fingers poised, but off the trigger. What the hell is this, Jax? This was supposed to be simple. There weren't supposed to be intelligent beings here, Delia said furiously, looking over to Jax. Oh, come on, how could I have known this? Jax replied. The only thing we had contact with were those things on the outside, and they didn't seem to have any intelligence at all. Trust me, we tried communicating. We got nowhere. So then what the hell is this? Delia said as he stared at the bright rainbow lights approaching them. And as they grew closer, the sight of them was exceptionally strange. They did not look anything like Jax, or Regiment, or anything that Delius was familiar with. Their form was as alien as he could possibly imagine, and yet familiar. Long, lanky bodies, covered in jet black scales, with a rainbow sheen of energy that flowed across them. On their bodies as they approached, pulling to a stop, Delius could see powerful thrumming, pulsations at the core of their being like a heartbeat. With each one, large flows of rainbow light pulsated into the rest of their body, bright enough that it could be seen, even though it was on the interior. It shined straight through, as 6 of these strange beings, somewhat familiar in their exterior, at least in a basic makeup, but their forms were entirely different. They began as humanoid, but the size and length of their exterior limbs, the shape of their heads, are all much different, and pulsing with far more of that rainbow light than any of the small creatures on the outside. They were also much larger, each one probably about 15 foot tall, with long tendrils that ran from their head and back, all protruding and whipping about, emanating rainbow light as they stopped, holding pace in front of them, no more than a few dozen feet away. We are the Sci-Fi. Why do the Volay come after such a long time? A long time. The voices whispered into their minds. The Volay? Who are the Volay? Jax exclaimed. It was at that point that all 6 of the figures turned their head, focusing entirely on Delius. We have not seen the Volay since the time of the beginning, before the world shattered. Why do the Volay come now? Why bring war? Why bring war? Why bring war? The voices whispered. Well, quite frankly, Jax replied, we didn't have much of an option. Your people attacked us vigorously. There was no way to enter this sector without fighting them. The males are simple. The males are simple, the voices exclaimed. They have no thought or reason. They cannot speak or be spoken to. They simply do their job, fulfill their purpose. They protect us. Protect us, they replied. You should know of this. The Volay should have been able to pass without confrontation. Instead, you kill our males in droves. Why, Volay? Why, Volay? They said as they peered at Delius staring back at them, who was beginning to have a sickened expression on his face, now starting to clench his fists and look down in both anger and shame. I'm sorry. I didn't know that there was a way to pass by them without fighting. I don't even know how that would be done. I just needed help. I need to bring something here for the good of my people. Your males were simply an obstacle. I'm sorry. I have no intentions of bringing war, Delia said, extremely frustratedly.